I'm live now, yeah. Thank you. Hey, everybody. We're live here at Gainesville Police Department. That's Mr. Andre. Now, I don't know if my device will work in here. I'm going to try. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, we're still working. Good. Hello.
Well, it serves to energize the Trump supporters and to give the former president a chance to raise more money from people who are suddenly going to be angry about what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. Hello. I'm going to want to do a records request, but it's usually done over here. Okay.
Likely voters. This is about the existing efforts to indict him on various subject topics. Politically motivated, 45% said politically motivated, 50% said...
It's going to be a record about an officer. It's not a record like of a report. I'm going to want to know an officer's GPS coordinates on a certain day and time.
So you're going to have a lot of Republicans that's going to give the president to the former president a big job.
I mean, it is amazing when you look at the impact.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
First indictment to now, it has been rocket fuel for the president's polling numbers. Let's take a look at some of the reaction in the media last night to this Colorado decision.
Who, me? I go by the YouTube name Blue Steel. I got a YouTube channel. I put y'all on there all the time. I just want somebody to take a records request of why officer's name and his GPS grid coordinates, and then I'll give you my email. That's usually how it works. Here, anyway. Okay, that's going to be over here? All right. Every time it's different. Hey, love, are you waiting? That's Mr. Andre Abrams out there. He's got him a nice tripod. And it's set up. We're going to go out there. We're going to do our records request. Hey, every time you go in there, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
What do you got going on now?
No, I just want a record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But every time it's different. You know, either this window, that window.
Right.
Now I want to show your sign.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to pay attention a little bit. All right. This is dirty cops that this man has come in contact with. He feels Wilfredo Perez, and we have a lot of evidence on him. Kelvin Mateer, we have an IA complaint on him. Javis Velasquez, she party. They won't give us her body worn camera. Isaac Sutton, he's missing in action on this incident. Jeremy Manini, he's a liar and shouldn't be able to take the stand in a traffic case. Also, lioness Alicia Davis, who also perjured herself in the Manini incident. And the DA, we're going to come for you too, because you didn't do your job, because we pulled their records. And you didn't follow through either, traffic court judge. We're coming for you. There's all kinds of forms of justice, and this is the court of public opinion. Where is Tracy Funderburg in all this? That's what I want to know. And of course, we got the October 13th. It's a revolving, reoccurring date there, Corporal Gough. Why were you off your square?
Yeah, we got it.
We fixing to find out right now.
We got it.
Inquiring minds want to know. That's what I'm here for today. Because we got something to put on the record, you know. You people are not impervious. You're not above the law. And you know what? When you don't do your job, it creates a lot of public distrust. And it's like every time you come here to deal with y'all, it shows an insurmountable amount of evidence that y'all don't do what you're supposed to. Wilfredo Perez, if you'd have took care of the situation at the Forest High, that would have worked. Look at this. You out there, and we got all kinds of evidence, him ad-libbing and how he feels about that place. Where was it you lived at? Forest Pines. Forest Pines. That's a Gainesville Housing Authority area, okay? That's a Gainesville. This is overtime, okay? This is him. Officer Wilfredo Perez. Now, he's an 8-year Army veteran, too. Okay? We're going to find out. It's going to come back eventually if you get VA disability. Okay, he was still in overtime, right? Okay, he shot a car driving away. We're going to pull that, too. We're going to get the FDLE report and all that, too. He shot a car pulling away, supposedly. It had injured an officer, which we know that the bullet holes were all in the side impacts. We're going to get the actual physicals. He stole overtime. Received date, October 21st, 2013. October 18th, occurred date. He was reported in. Sustained, November 14th, 2013. Again, same violation, another time. Overtime violation, stealing taxpayers' money. Extra-duty assignments, written warning. This is 2016, April, and it was dealt with. What job do you work at? Do you steal hours from your employer? Steal from your employer. Don't get fired and don't get arrested. Because fraud is fraud. Fraud at the government level is corruption. Okay, so we're going to do our records request. Hey, everybody. Geo. K. Stevenson, electric element. Okay, so we're going to push the bell. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the school bell rings. I'm coming back out there in a minute, and I'm going to tell some Andre's story. Hello. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. I tried over there first, but I'm going to want to do a record request. I'm going to want to know an officer at a certain time, at a certain location with his GPS coordinates, and I'll fill you in from there. The date is going to be October 13th.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, you're fine, love. You're fine.
Your name, please?
I go by Blue Steel.
Is there a phone number for you?
Okay, this here is going to be where the record will be sent to my email address.
Okay, what's your email address?
Blue Steel FOIA request.
STEEL.
Yes, FOIA request. At gmail.com. Yes, ma'am. Okay. We got
All right. So what are you requesting?
Okay. October 13th,
13.
23. Yes, ma'am. Corporal Gough. His name is William Gough, Gough. Okay. I want to know his grid coordinates, his GPS, why it pinged.
His GPS.
Pinged at, it's 13th and Williston Road at the Meridian, and in between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. I'm going to know everything about that, what his call was, what had him there.
What was the hours again?
10 a.m. and 12 p.m. I'm going to want to know what he was assigned, what duty he was assigned that day. Pretty much I want to know what color he pooped that morning till he left Meridian that day. I want to know if he was on a special assignment, because I know his area. I've already come in here and got his area of assignment. I want to, if there's a CAD call there, I want that. You understand what I'm saying?
CAD information, you have to go through the sheriff's office.
The sheriff?
Right, for CAD information.
For Gough, for Corporal Gough?
Yes, anything as far
Well,
as CAD.
okay, but I don't know if he was called there or what. You know what I'm saying? It's suspicious when he works in the Northeast. I've already been in here and got his assignment. And I want to know why I already have an internal affairs complaining on him for wearing the blue line flag whenever I did that records request. Okay, so what I'm wanting to know is if there was a call to service out there, if there's a CAD record, and I can go from there. That's what, I'm not sharpshooting you, love. I'm just telling you how like I want it. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so I don't know if there was a call for service, so I ain't gonna call down to the combined call center and ask yet. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm directed.
Right, okay, so I have, you want why his GPS pinged at 13th and Williston Road, / Meridian between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. What duty assigned, and anything in reference to this particular incident.
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't have written it better myself. At least they can read your writing. It sounded like I almost said it. Thank you so much.
All right, and you want this emailed to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time and effort. I hope you have a happy holiday now.
All right, you too.
Thank you. All right, so that was done quickly and efficiently. Hey, Andre's a big man now. Andre's like offensive lineman big, but he can move like a defensive, okay? Maybe a defensive end, all right? His signs are fucking huge.
Hey, I'm gonna go big, man. I'm gonna go big.
Okay. What we got here, look, he even got Andre. Now, Andre was doing this before I come along, right? I just come in here one day to do a records request for a certain fella that I had seen that looked sober as he could be, and they said he was DUI. But I thought he was somebody that got killed by the police. Anyway, it wasn't him. We found him, and he survived. But long story short, that day, that was August 25th of this summer. Then I met Andre out here. He was standing out here, and the video reflects that we did. Okay, so Andre, he's very serious about this thing. Okay, what he's got here is if you Google Gainesville, Florida flamethrower. It's really a fire starter. And then you'll see his picture, because where he lived at in Gainesville, in the Forest Pines, it's a high crime area. It's over, while he lived there, it was 137 calls for service. 137 calls for service. Look at, he has the videos. See, these people plotted and planned, you know. We have a lot of the, evidence that reflects this. It's drug, you know, the cover-ups are always worse than the crimes, you know. These are the internal affairs investigation reports. We can show corruption at various levels just from this one incident with this one man's name. And Manini and Davis, we're coming for you. The district attorney that tried to prosecute for the traffic ticket, we're coming for you. The judge that didn't report any of this, Dean Galagani, I don't know about your representation of this man. I'm not an attorney, but I know I got common sense, you know, to get out of a shower of shit. I don't know what's been going on. Y'all can go on the Alachua County Clerk of Court. In Florida, we have very, very open records. You can go right in there and pull up the name, Andre Abrams. It's an open criminal felony case. He's been to court, I don't know, like 20 times already. This shit ain't over. I mean, they said they came to him with five plea bargains. He hasn't seen one of them. They said he was basically couldn't be held to his claim of not guilty, because that's what he's pled, not guilty this whole time, because where he lived at was a war zone. 137 calls for service, shots fired. Like 7 wounded and 2 KIAs. Now it's grown since then, but he doesn't live there anymore. But it's just as wild. Gainesville has gotten, see what they did is they pushed all the low-income people and consolidated them at the edges. You go to East Gainesville, there's nothing there. You go to East Gainesville, the sheriff's department occupies the only grocery store that was there, Winn-Dixie. That's not to say that the sheriff's department came and pushed Winn-Dixie out, but that was the only grocery store over there. That's just, you know, the way it is. You get on the east side, hey, fight the power! But you start, you know, that looks like law enforcement right there. Yeah, fight the power! Fix the police! There's one there. He's got some scanner thing on top. All right, Chatterama, let me see what's going on. Live chat. Mr. No Justice. So Mr. Andre lived around a bunch of gangsters. There's a lot of evidence that he has where drugs were dropped in his yard, gun was thrown on his roof. See, what happened with Perez is Andre had a bunch of communications trying to get help from the Gainesville Housing Authority and the Gainesville Police Department. And Wilfredo Perez, 8-year Army veteran, he was put in charge of the Ville. And he wasn't a good head honcho over there, a good mediator. Nothing ever got solved. Matter of fact, we even heard Perez run from him a couple times. Got videos of that shit too, supposedly. Anyway, that's allegedly and all that. But long story short, I ain't wanting to be deposed to any of that. But long story short, Wilfredo Perez, the Gainesville Housing Authority, didn't do anything. People were living at houses there. This is a government HUD. HUD has a Bill of Rights for its tenants. They were not adhered to. None of it. It's not a safe place. It's disgusting what goes on there. We have a lot of evidence to reflect that. Long story short, there were people living in houses that were occupying spaces that weren't on leases. There was child molesters, criminals out on murder bonds now. All occupied this house, just one house, and many others. And Gainesville Police Department, Wilfredo Perez, you didn't do anything. You didn't do nothing. This is how fucked up it is over there with the police presence. After this happened, for whatever reason, an Officer Manini, fucking bird brain, does a UE right into Andre's wife's car, T-bones her. And they go to court for a couple months stating that it was her fault. Davis played into that. They came 30 minutes later with the ticket. They went to court. There's no way. Fight the power! Fix the police! But they lied in court. The judge finally made them fish or cut bait. They didn't have the evidence. They tried to leave the Zoom courtroom like they had a call to service. They're liars. They don't even need to be working as cops. Because look at that. How else do you get that damage and then front end damage? Show the front end damage.
Yeah, well, I don't have the front end.
Okay.
I only took one because I was going to pass them out. But I'm going to show you this.
The front end damage to the police car is the only point it impacts. I get it. See, they try to get them with a moving violation, a radio system surcharge, teen court. I mean, they tried a judge that the violator is not guilty. That's what they tried to get him for. That's the ticket right there. And these people, these employees right here, a Gainesville Police Department, this is the kind of business they do. Now, you've seen the front end of his car. You've seen the front end of his car. I mean, the side. The GPD impacted him straight on. Front of GPD, right there. He did a U-turn in the middle of the road. They were trying to interdict this car, I do believe, and his the Northeast squad there were trying to talk him on, and he's a bird brain, and he flipped his car, did a U, Crazy Ivan, and T-boned him. That's what happened. There ain't no other way that happened. And they tried to put that on him. Well, you're getting sued for that, you know. The letter of intent's already in. They got a lawyer and all that. But I'm not trying to have any impact on that. What I'm trying to have an impact on is you can't take chicken shit and make chicken salad. If you want to make Gainesville better, you got to start at the bottom. And all the plugs they got running around out here, you don't see good things at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't. When you test the water, it's not temperate. Now, yeah, we can come out here and sit out here in front of the police department and have this moment. But that's not saying in the field that these incidences aren't occurring. Now, when you look at what all goes on here, and you start examining the facts, put in internal affairs complaints, shit don't propagate from them that should. some type of interference is run. I call it intimidation. I'm not an attorney. When you start looking at radio dialogue from these people, because we get the radio dialogue, call logs and all that, and we examine them, and you hear all the horns beeping, they ain't cutting the curb trying to knock him off. They're showing support now, and it's cold as shit out here right now. But anyway, so when you're looking at all this going on, you know, our city's broke. Our city's broke. For whatever reason, we're bankrupt thereabouts. We're billions of dollars in the hole. We got to fix our city, you know. We got to fix the police. See, we got to fix them. See, that's what my sign's all about. Fix the police, you know. Don't let the police fix you. Fix the police. Fix the police. Fix the police. Fix them. Fix the police. Fix the police before the police fix you. Now, Andre Abrams, he was just a low-income individual. They lived in a housing area funded by HUD, in the Gainesville Housing Urban Development. Okay, they lived there. They were subject. They weren't the only ones, but the crime was so bad, and the GPD didn't do anything. And the one that was responsible for that, the beat cop there that was assigned to that detail, was Wilfredo Perez. And Wilfredo Perez, he wanted to be the man, and he wanted to get Andre Abrams' security camera footage, right? Now, he probably told these people in this office here, hey, I got all the answers. Let me go work my mojo and come back. Well, Andre, he's not going to be a snitch. And he's right there in front of, you know, he had to get a fire starter to get these people out of his yard. To get these people did hand-to-hand drug deals right in his yard. When they get chased by the police, they try and climb in his house. All kinds of fuck shit. Tried to take his car. He ended up getting a security system. Now, they're not, you know, this is not middle class America. This is, you know, a housing urban development, Gainesville housing area. And this shit's going on there. You can't, I mean, the people that were in that car, those aren't just the only people that were in that car. They're calling the victims. And besides, we have actual proof of some of them people that were in that car. They couldn't put them on there because they're not victims. One of them's doing like 30 to 40 year bid here on Florida DOC for murder. That's the people that was in that car, okay? That car left, that car come back, that car moved again. That's all a bunch of bullshit. Wilfredo Perez had animosity. I don't think he should be able to testify anyway, because he's been compromised. He's a thief. I showed you. He stole twice, wasn't fired. That's why we need to fix the police. We got to fix them. We got to fix the police before the police fix you. Because they're going to eventually, they got everybody pushed out just about out of their limits, you know, all the way out to the east and to the west. You can't push them no more. They gave up all this for the University of Florida. Long story short, Gainesville didn't make good decisions, okay, over the years. That probably isn't one of them. In the end run, what they've done is they've pushed a lot of people into small pockets. And that's not very productive. That's making the crime go way up, and it's squeezing out. They're having all kinds of high rates of shootings and murders. The police aren't fixing anything. You can't say it was Tony Jones. He's a career right here in Gainesville. Lonnie Scott, he might have fucked up there in Tallahassee, I heard tale. I don't know, that's just rumors. But he's coming back here, you know, and he's risen to, he was assistant chief. When San Joaquin audits come here, San Joaquin Valley Transparency's son, when they come here with Jay Surreal, they met him. He was out back handing out grocery, if y'all seen that. If he can't make it better here, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. Because I personally feel that they don't have the right kind of people in the field. Or something with the training, something's failed here, you know, because it's not safe. And then whenever you have people like Andre, who is just trying to protect his family, he has no criminal charges at all, and they try and railroad him, you know, because he can't take it over and over and over again. He can't take it day after day after day, all this shit happening, and he reacts. This is what you get, you know? This is what you get. This is what you get. And the district attorney, you know, they got discretion. They didn't even have to press this charge, you know? But because Wilfredo Perez was mad, he went ahead and did a shitty investigation and ramrodded this charge. But the DA, they didn't have to accept it, but they did, you know, because it got too big, you know. And now Andre's going to get 3 Fs no matter what. You know, no matter if he gets to go to court for a trial and tell all this shit, because there's a lot of people complicit in this. You talk about the spirit and the letter of the law, you know, and all this, that, and the third. You know, what purpose does it serve, you know? What purpose? It's a blight. Y'all have created a situation over there in East Gainesville. It's not safe. I mean, it's like a war zone, you know. But here we have the University of Florida, you know, and we don't actually portray that, you know. This ain't happening out there at Hell's Plantation and select little premier areas. This ain't happening in Turkey Creek, you know, but it's happening right here. It's not happening around here. It's happening on the east side and the south side, where they've created crime corridors and pockets where there's no opportunity. There's a struggle, fight the power, and there's a struggle for any resource or any type of commodity. There's a struggle for out there. Oh, there's only like one gas station out that way, you know. Two. It's really bad. It's really bad. I featured it a lot of times on my videos, and I showed the plight. I was caught up in it out there at the Holly Heights. So I'm gonna go out here. We're right here at the Gainesville Police Station. I went in and put another aspect of something that's going on here. We got a lot of issues with how things are going with Andre. Yes, you'd have to be big, channel, or pull some money out of your ass, yeah, to pay all that. So, today, I just want to say like this here. Earlier today, Gio went to court. Now, him and Dr. Barry, they go out there and they wave, you know, flags and show their patriotism. And this is in Ocala, Florida, and he stood out there on the island, and which is perfectly legal in the state of Florida. I reviewed all this. I even read the engineer manuals of how these, you know, islands are drafted and all that. Anyway, long story short, every time they were, every time that they were pushed up on by the Ocala Police Department, they consulted with Captain Bookbinder of the Internal Affairs, and he said all was well each time. And finally, for whatever reason, they went after him hard and continuous, and they took his freedom. They sent him, it was a citation, it was a city ordinance, and they arrested him and sent him to booking, where he was physically abused at the Marion County Jail. Make no mistake. Now, they tried to drag him. The judge, right off the first appearance, tried to offer him a plea bargain to accept. It give him 2 days jail credit, time served. The public defender's office refused the right to represent him, so therefore he was pushed over to another entity. That entity approached him, and we're gonna do a complaint on you. That entity talked to me on the phone and tried to tell me that if Gio paid an $18 fine and the 2 days jail credit, he wouldn't be pleading guilty. But that was a no contest. But he never used the word no contest. These people, that's why you don't get arrested, people, because even your defense don't play fair. Just like Andre. Andre paid his lawyer, Dean Galligani, $10,000. $10,000. Now listen to this. Around approximately July, you can look this up, at the Alachua County Clerk of Court, you can go right in and look under Andre Abrams, a criminal felony case that's open, and you can look that at about July this year, Attorney Dean Galligani, he stated that Andre Abrams' retainer was exhausted, and that he prayed to the judge that he be placed on the public defender's payroll. And without a hiccup, $600 be allocated to Dr. Rohr. Not out of his retainer, which is gone out of the state funds. Oh, we're coming for all these records. We're coming for all these records. This is a miscarriage of justice. I'm not saying that Andre Abrams didn't do what he did. That's not the question. It's the mitigating factors prior that were the cornerstone foundation of the event. They were actions, just as Andre's actions were actions. When you take somebody and endanger their life over and over and over again, what do? I mean, if the police don't want to protect you and don't do shit, and we got the records of that, the Gainesville Housing Authority, it's even on the evidence that the state has. I've seen the motion of discovery, all the evidence that the state has presented to his defense. I've seen it, and the fucking cop, in dialogue with Andre, just as Andre, like you don't talk to the police, Andre did, the police shouldn't talk to the defendant, the suspect, and he did, you know, and it equally hangs each one of them. Now, granted, the police didn't skeet no fire, but you know what? They are the catalyst for the fire, because they don't take no action. Just like the Gainesville Housing Authority, they don't care who occupies their dwellings, not on the lease, sexual offenders, and we're talking predators now. I mean, that's these evidences are objective. We have them in the physical form. Not to mention that, also criminals on ankle bracelet monitors for murder and such, and other high felonies. These were the occupants of the surrounding, probation officer knows it. they're not even supposed to be on the lease for the Gainesville Housing Authority. But all this is permissive because as long as it ain't happened down here in Gainesville proper. Here, let me, fix the police! Fix the police! Fix the police! Fix the police, fight the power for the people. But all this happened because these agencies are all, I'm just saying, for whatever reason, they all go right along. They don't go against the grain. They want to push every low-income person out of Gainesville, out into the east side, and out into the southwest side, the subsidized areas. That's what they've done. They've created pockets that are unbearable. The criminal presence there is unbearable. Now, when you do that, you are altering the landscape, the geoscape of Gainesville. And that's what they've done. That's why all the way up where the descendants of the college back in the 1900s, early 1900s, if you went to college, they had room attendants, cooks, everything was done for you. This was the South. Okay, all those people lived right down there in Gainesville, right outside the college. Okay, they took all those people, all their descendants, they milked them out of their property. It's been documented. It's happened. They call it gentrification or something like that. They got different modalities that they use. But long story short, they pushed them all out. They developed it with high rises, commercialized the university, and now they pushed all the dwellings, all the inhabitants out to the east side and to the southwest side. And they've created crime corridors. I mean, our crime rivals New York City. It does. Per capita, it's rough. We got to fix Gainesville, but we got to start with fixing the police. They got to do better. They got to do better. It's got to be done better. And we can't be taking innocent people like this right here, just like the man that shot the guy in the buttocks, just like that guy. They gave him 90 days because that's right behind my house where I live at. Now, I live at Shangri-La for Section 8. But long story short, right behind my house, the Phoenix, a man shot another man because he was being terrorized. He actually, it was a little bit beyond stand your ground. It was run around the backside of your house and shoot him in the ass. You shot him low so he wouldn't kill him. But they gave him 90 days. The reason they gave him, the crime's unbearable. That's just like Andre. Andre don't deserve to be persecuted. He's protecting his family, running those people off. It was never a fucking parking issue. Fix the police! Got an ASO right here. I made a video of ASO out there on the Otzer Road. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to the chat so much, my friends. I don't even know how my batteries are holding up. Hey, I'm rolling right along. We ain't gonna be here too long, cause my friend got to go. Fight the power! Fix the police before the police fix you! Fight the power! Fight the power, fix the police for the people. All right, sir.
You're not gonna stay, are you?
No, I'm gonna skinny out too. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in for this power hour. This is a happy hour. We're smiling. Thank y'all for tuning in. You've been down here at the Gainesville Police Department here today. See it across the street, says here today. This is the Gainesville Police Department in Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators. Let me give them bad cops. Gotta let them know. And a lying, deceitful DA. They are deceitful liars, and the truth is not in them. There's my hot rod Chevy. And that's, if y'all go on Alachua County, Clerk of Court, Andre Abrams, no middle name, Andre Abrams. Look what all's went on there. I'm probably gonna take some screenshots of this and make a post. That's Andre Abrams' wife's fault that the police car T-boned her. That's Gainesville thinking, I guess. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate your time and effort. And y'all have a safe evening. Bye now. Fight the power. Fix the police. And we're going to... Are you?
I didn't want to back him too late anyway.
No, we give him the business.
Yeah.
Hey, we give him the business.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm going to have to come back another day, but I had planned on staying a little later since he's talking about he need to ride to work, man. So,
Yeah. You got your box with your paper, right?
yeah, I got to get that. Yeah, it's in my bag. It's in my bag.
Okay. You got
Yeah,
everything then, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I so appreciate it, man.
Yes,
You know?
sir. My pleasure, you know. And so I went in there and I put the request in on Gough. I told her I want to know what color he pooped that morning.
You know what I'm saying? And the city guy, one of the guys from the city, man, he wrote about 3 or 4 times, man. He was on his cell phone, man. He was like, hey, man, what's going on with this, you know? So,
Oh, hey, look here. I seen a guy that was real important. He pulled over right over there for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
Like, he wasn't in no patrol car. You know, he wasn't affiliated to the police. Now, I don't know who he was.
Right.
He's a fat, round, white guy. You know what I'm saying? I'd name him as older, probably like 60, if not, maybe a little bit older.
Right.
Round-faced,
right.
older white guy.
And
I'm
some
going to cut
dude, man,
this
come
off
up to me,
here.
he see me, man, talking about, hey, get him, I see you, man, that old young man, I see you too, mother. Hey, you don't scare nobody, bro.
Who said that?
Some dude, he didn't say that, he just did a gesture. Like he got his
yeah.
eyes on me, you know what I'm saying? Fine, bro.
Black or white?
White guy. I mean, he's younger than us, though, you know what I'm saying?